I feel like you've done a lot of really fun stuff. And speaking of creative, I know that you've gotten a chance to do some really fun trolling that most people have never had a chance to do. Tell us about that, because I feel like that's, again, just being open to the opportunity for creative inspiration, where all of a sudden you're like, this is a thing I can do. I need to do this.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a friend, Marquette King. He was the punter on the Oakland Raiders for a few years, I think, and he got traded to the Denver Broncos. And I met him through my friend Anna, and basically Marquette hit me up and was like, hey, man, Anna told me you did videos, and I'm playing for the Broncos, and I want to make a video about Chucky. And so do you guys know who Chucky is?
I do not follow sports close enough.
Yeah, and I didn't either before this. And I was like, okay, tell me more. So Chucky is apparently the nickname of the Oakland Raiders coach.
Okay.
Because he looks like the Chucky doll. So he's like, I want to make this video about Chucky, and I'm going to post it after our big game with the Raiders when we win.
Yes, that's the kind of confidence I can get behind.
Yeah, solid confidence. And I was like, all right, man, I'm with you. I'm with the confidence. Let's do this. You guys are going to win. So he basically had this idea to do a video just punting a Chucky doll off a parking garage in Denver. Very, very simple. And so I was like, all right, meet me at this parking garage. I think this would be a good spot. So I met him there, met Marquette King there, and he showed up with the Chucky doll and a bottle of wine, and we set up a little video of him, punting this Chucky doll off of the parking garage stuffed full of money.
What? That is such a good twist.
And it's kind of like a, metaphor for Chucky being paid like so much money. I think for a team that's doing well. I don't know. I don't follow football, but I'm sure it's like
notoriously terrible of recent years.
Well, there's more to it, I think, because I don't think he's been the coach for very long. Like he was, and I could be totally wrong. I could be thinking about something else, but I think he went away and then came back pretty recently and got a massive contract to turn the team around. I believe is the story.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Football has a lot of drama going on with it. And Marquette is actually one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And he's kind of just like, bro, I ain't with all this football drama. He's like, I just want to be myself.
Yes.
And that also kind of is why I think Chucky didn't like him, maybe. Chucky and him had beef. So that's why we ended up doing this video. But basically, it's a video of him punting a Chucky doll off of the roof of a parking garage. So the video starts out, he's sitting on the ledge of the parking garage, and the Chucky doll is sitting there. And they kind of have like this stare down. And then Marquette walks towards him, kneels down next to the Chucky doll, and then you see a shot of the Chucky doll's eyes. And also, I should say, Marquette is also very talented in music. So he made a track for this video that was based off of like the Chucky theme song or something. Okay. And he like added some flair to it. So it was like kind of dope. And it was like suspenseful also. So that's the video. And he bends down and he grabs the Chucky doll, punts it off the roof. But I have to say that only one part of this video was ever released before he punted the doll off of the roof. And it was released... he told me, he's like, I only want to release half of this before I punt the doll, and then I'm going to release the next part when we beat the Raiders again.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, man, sure. So sure enough, I was watching the game, like, with all my family and stuff, and they beat the Raiders, and then sure enough, Marquette posted the video on Twitter, and within, like, a couple hours, it had, probably close to 100,000 views.
That's nuts.
And so this video blew up, and it was on USA Today, ESPN, kind of Barstool Sports and all these like crazy.
Huge. If it's on Barstool, that's giant.
So
that's like bigger to me than USA Today.
And keep in mind, this was only before he punted the doll. Yeah. So he didn't even punt the doll. All he did was look at it and kneel down by the Chucky doll. And for some reason, people thought this video was so funny. And USA Today even had a quote that said something along the lines of, we're pretty like surprised Marquette, posted this video right after they won, and like the production value of it is really high. And I was like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Shot it on my A7S too.
Did they credit you?
Marquette credited me in the actual post, but USA Today didn't. They didn't credit me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's kind of a bummer. I mean, that's another discussion.
That's another discussion. That's
a whole other discussion. Down a very different rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But anyways, the video pretty much went viral, and then I was like, "Yo, Marquette, when are we should just post part 2?" And then he's like, "Coach of the Broncos told me not to post part 2."
Oh, no. What a classy move. But I get it. Like, I get it, but I feel like he should have just rebel-runned it.
Yeah.
He's an NFL player.
Yeah.
Get away with it.
Well, he was a boring coach anyway, so he's gone. We got a new
It's not even that.
Coach.
It's not even like, bro, it's just him punting the Chucky doll off the roof, and then money flies everywhere.
Dude, how great. Is he still playing for the Broncos?
No. He's not playing for the Broncos anymore. But I think he is actually going to be going to another team. Maybe I'm not sure what he's doing.
Was he in like a jersey or anything when he did the stare down and all that?
No, just his regular clothes.
Would that be so you can't. If whenever he's on like the next team, if they beat the Raiders, and then just like he doesn't even let you know, just all of a sudden he posts the second half of the video.
That'd be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, so the second half of the video is literally just sitting on my hard drive, and also the Chucky doll is sitting in my closet.
Wow,
so,
you kept it.
I don't know. Maybe I should like auction off the doll plus a single copy of the second half on eBay.
Well, that single copy is about to be 1,000 jillion copies as soon as you give it away.
Right.
You don't want to.
I don't think I should give it away.
No, you might be able to get away with the Chucky doll though.
I could give the Chucky doll away, but the part 2 of the video.
You should sign it and send it to him.
You gotta. Like, now it's not going to be worth anything because it's too long ago. People are not going to remember it. You got to wait till he beats the Raiders, put out part 2, and then auction off the Chucky doll with that. Like, call up
get him to
today
sign it. Yeah, you can both sign the Chucky doll.
Right. But that was funny, man. That was
sweet.
It was funny getting to work with Marquette, and he's an awesome human and really creative, and I think the NFL actually needs more players like him.
Yeah, I feel like there's actually been like a transition. Like, I feel like Von Miller's like a surprisingly wonderful all-around person.
Yeah, he's a cool human.
There's a lot of people I feel like turning up in the NFL where they're not viewing it as like. I don't think by any means it's anything too crazy, but like I think there's a lot of people in the NFL who have recently started seeing it as like, this is my job. I'm blessed to get to do this. And I'm not supposed to take this life or death. Like, this is something that I get to do, and this is something I'm in the entertainment business, and it has no effect over whether or not I have to be a good person or like whether or not I, like you said, he has so many other talents outside of football, and like he's a well-rounded individual versus before. I guess maybe we're just now learning about it, and it's always been that way. But I feel like growing up, football players were always just like only football, nothing else mattered. Versus now, like you see so many NFL players who have crazy passions outside of football.
I think it's more the perception because I bet they were always doing it. It's just now the NFL with some of the heat that they're taking over concussions and stuff that they think they can counteract that with like charity stuff, which I don't think you can, but it's awesome that that's happened. Like, the concussions is a whole nother thing, which sucks, but I'm the biggest football fan in the world, so I like play right into it.
I'm all for turning them into real people instead of turning them into like these crazy, like you see all these, like Von Miller just did a podcast where he, like, right away you're like, oh, he's just like a regular dude who just has a cooler job than I do. Like, that's really all. You're like, he's just like, seems like a fun guy. he just happens to have a way cooler job than me.
Yeah,